Oh, yes. What is poppin', everybody? It's your boy Armon. We're back with another video. Get in here, get in here. It's time to get into some things, okay? Ooh. First of all, there's a lot going on over the last 24 hours. Nicki Minaj does Queen Radio, and Keyshia Kaoir gets lashings. Not only did Keyshia Kaoir get lashings, but am I the drama? Because it definitely got uglier than.
Shit gonna get uglier. Okay.
Wow. Cardi B went on an hour tirade, dragging and exposing and trashing and reading me the best way that she could. Tyla, she's stepping back into her Black roots and trying to identify with Black girl struggle. Kevin Mcall is out here calling niggas gay and talking about light-skinned booty. Oh! Where should we start? All right. So let me see. Mind you, well, we can get into that when I get into the whole the spiel. Let's get into the Tyla piece. Okay, so do you remember yesterday? I don't know if you guys have been following Young Miami's page, but let me go to my ex account. Hold on. And I don't know if this has anything to do with it, but Tyla, has been doing her promo for her single "Put Me in Chanel," and I kind of see where Young Miami is talking about, right? Obviously, I can't play a lot of these music in the songs here, but Young Miami tweeted. What did she tweet? She tweeted this yesterday. Hold on, I'm going to show you guys. Look, Young Miami tweeted this, and I kind of feel bad for her. I'm not going to lie. She said, "I think I'm at my breaking point, but I think what's happening is, she's having to literally see in real time someone took her song, about to profit off of it, and she looks crazy, and people are actually not really having her back on it. You know what I'm saying? And not only was it just, was it Tyla, but it was also Travis Scott, apparently, is at least what I had heard from, round the way. And so we want to send Young Miami some love and make sure that she's okay, because everybody gets to a point where they just have had enough sometimes. So, good luck. But here's what I thought was interesting right here. Tyla is talking about her struggle as it pertains to being a colored girl. Let's get into it. I hope they do not flag my freaking thing, because every time I've been playing these clips lately, they have been flagging me. But let's get into it. Hold on. Everybody tries to do their little rebrand thing, but y'all, I don't know if this will in fact work. Let's just see. Let's get into what Tyla said.
Predominantly white. All the guys just wanted the white girls, and they were very beautiful, but it just kind of made me feel a little bit insecure. So when I went to high school, just being in a school that was now predominantly Black, I felt more comfortable and beautiful. And I became friends with a lot of girls that made me feel beautiful, girls that would wear their hair natural, because I would straighten my hair a lot in primary school. Yeah, high school was really where I just mainly had my hair curly and wild and just natural.
Oh, please.
My primary school was predominantly
Oh, please. Please. Absolutely not. Wasn't she the one that said she's not colored or she doesn't identify? Oh, girl, please. Who's buying that? Girl, we get it. She's trying to get the American people. She's trying to get the Black girl. See, this is the thing with the Black women, though. Black women. Listen, if you guys don't want the girls to be using your struggles and using the things to gain sympathy, we can't use that card, because now everybody's thinking, okay, need sympathy? Where's the sympathy wig? Let me get online and identify with Black women. We know that's the quickest way to gain sympathy. BS. It waters the movement down. Don't fall for it. Tyler, you're a joke. She's an absolute joke. Absolute joke. And you see how we talk about Tyler and everybody else, but we're not allowed to talk about other people. We're gonna get there. I just want you guys to remember we're doing a whole commentary show. So I'm not really buying it. I think they said Tyler did something crazy on her album, sold like 2,000 copies. I don't know. I just feel like she came to America and didn't read the room. I feel like she's a pretty girl. She whines well, but she's not connecting with us. And now I think that she's trying to lean into her blackness all of a sudden to connect. But I feel like she was one of the same women that said that she wasn't colored. So, Tyler, I'm not going for that, especially after you took a black woman song from the dirty South Miami and you played that nasty South African game. On top of the fact that you went and asked a pregnant Halle Bailey to hold your award. Oh, please. Absolutely not. Now all of a sudden now you black and you couldn't wear your hair curly. She couldn't wear her hair curly. The guys did not like her. They only liked the white girl. She only identified then when she had went to the blacks. No, girl, that's where you felt better than. That's where you felt superior. That's where you became the non-colored girl, but the pretty kind of mixed light skin, whatever the hell you are. That's when you started getting the niggas. You started getting the attention. Girl, like, so I'm not really falling for that. I'm not really buying into that. I just thought that was a hoot. But she's on a press run right now to get this record, the Chanel record, off the ground. And I just think that, girl, you're wanting us to have sympathy for you. But, girl, you took that girl's record and you're not addressing it because you know what you did. So, her character is just flawed to me. And I just, and the messed up part about it is, Young Miami can scream till she's blue in the face that the girl took her song. Because we're on the internet and we live in the internet age, no one's going to give a damn. People like Tyler. People like the song. People are going to stream it. And there's some people that don't like Young Miami for the connections that she has to Diddy, or they feel whatever they feel. And guess what they're going to do? They're going to excuse the behavior and still stream the song. And it's an unfortunate situation, but that's just the world that we live in these days. People get away with stuff. And, because the internet is a place where everybody can exist, you're unfortunately going to have people that love you, some people that hate you. And then there's a majority of people that don't give a damn. And then no matter how the story comes out, you're going to have people that don't even believe that she stole the song. But the thing is, they won't believe that she did, but they're going to definitely believe that she didn't. And so that's what always is interesting to me. Like, how do you know that she didn't? I get people will say, well, how do you know that she did? Well, how do you know she didn't? I believe that she did, because of the story that I got from the back end. And Young Miami said she did. Tyler hasn't addressed it. I pulled together the video receipts of the date and time that apparently the thieving had happened. So it is what it is. Are you guys going to be streaming Tyler's music? What do you guys think about that? All right, so let's move on. So, Chow, this Kevin McCall stuff. Okay, so Kevin McCall, I can't remember the song that he makes, but I know that he makes a song. Does that make sense? And I also feel like he did an interview with Tasha K, but I think that was around the time that they were kind of trying to say that he had a little mental illness.
Shit gonna get ugly.
Oops, okay. Hey, Nick. Is Kevin McCall okay in the head? Or was there a little trickery in the mind there? I can't remember, but I felt like whenever he sat down with Tasha K, there definitely had to be a little mental illness in there. Wasn't he? Who else was he dating? And apparently he wasn't taking care of his kids and stuff like that. So it's a mess. So apparently you guys know the government is shut down. He did an interview, breaking down, crying. Niggas got about 7 to 8 days, and then the food stamps are cut. Kevin Mcall is saying, hey, breaks down in tears because there's no more food stamps. Well, not that there's no more food stamps, but the fact that he has to live off of right now. Okay, so let's get into it. He's upset with Chris Brown.
Bro.
Testimony.
Why the fuck get in on this?
I witnessed it.
He finna be in here. Why the fuck got an EBT card? And this is at Breezy, bro, and made 90 whatever the million, and it say KKKKK Max. Can I get 25,000 for them four songs I owe you, bro? I just want to leave, bro.
Leading up to who he is.
I'm not even tripping though. I got an EBT card, my nigga. Like, what the fuck? I can't even get nothing, bro, man. Y'all want to see me cry on here, so y'all can think I'm a bro. That ain't fair.
Hey,
I'm on EBT, bro.
hey,
That's why.
hey, look, bro.
Calm down, bro.
I'm on EBT, fat. Look. Say my name, bro. That shit is better. No, I had to go and be there by my face with the girls, like COVID, bro.
Don't act like every had no motherfucking EBT
card.
Well, let me tell you something, nigga. Consider yourself privileged. You black mother, you ungrateful nigga, you. Do you know how hard I try to get EBT and I can't get it? You food stamp slanging son of a bitch. I wish I could get food stamps right now. And here's the thing. I probably could qualify, but I still can't qualify. You're ungrateful. At least they qualified you. Do you know how many Americans really qualify, but then don't qualify, and you crying, and you can go get you a cold chicken sandwich right now? Nigga, if you don't wake up and take your ass to 7-Eleven and get you some neon worms, a Slurpee, and a hot dog, bitch, and figure it out, because what you gonna do with that $25,000? I just kind of feel like at this point, $25,000 ain't gonna change your life. It's just not, bro. Like, and I'm sure you've had $25,000 in the past. So you sitting up here doing these interviews, doing this stuff. It just looks like you're a hater. Even if you're probably not, you know, I'm Team Chris Brown, so I'm a little bit biased. I'm always going to be Team Chris Brown. Chris Brown is one of my favorite male celebrities, so call me biased. It is what it is. But at the end of the day, some of that stuff you just got to chalk up just for your dignity. Because now niggas over here playing in your face. Okay, it was a bad business move. I can understand if it was millions of dollars, and I know someone is going to say, I don't care if it was $10, $40, if it's my money, I want my money. But obviously you didn't do something right, and all of a sudden you're trying to figure out, oh, now you need this money. I don't know. I just kind of feel like I wouldn't have went on a nigga podcast crying about my EBT card. And if I don't know how long he's been fighting for the $25,000, but I think it gets to a point where if you weren't getting the money and it's been a lengthy amount of time, and because it was $25,000, I think that just chalk it up. I mean, I can understand if we're talking about millions of dollars and, you know, you really having to fight for that. But depending on the time that you've been trying to fight, bro, just go get a job, figure it out. And if it feels about making songs, okay, you're going to just have to get your money. I mean, at the end of the day, I know $25,000 is a lot, but is it worth the embarrassment? Is it worth crying online, exposing the fact that you're on EBT and you know Chris Brown is going to end up playing in your face anyway? I don't know. And listen, Young Thug came out and said, listen, I'll support you. Young Thug said, hey, Kevin Mcall, hit me up. I'll give you the $25K you need. And I know Chris Brown would give it to you also, bro. He's a real one. He can be busy. Now, Chris Brown was like, hold on, bro. Stay out of that. I'm not giving you nothing. It's not good like that. So I don't know what these niggas got going on, but maybe he can get the $25,000 from Young Thug. But then what do you do with that? You know, these guys be trying to live these high lives and have the EBT cards in their pocket. So hopefully you use that and you can get some more songs written. But I just think that if you're a writer and you're an artist, right, and you're good at what you do, and I think that if you have a great reputation, you should be able to write more songs and make that money back. But I think that, or hell, if you had good credit, you can take out a loan to do your job to get back on top. I'm not going on no podcast crying about being on EBT. I'm going to mind my, like asking some nigga that's probably clearly not going to give me the money. I'm just not going to embarrass myself like that. I'm going to probably eat it up and make it on the back end or another way. I'm just not going to give the public the opportunity to laugh at me like that. I'm just not about to do it. Not over $25,000 and in an EBT. I'm not doing it. Now, $1 million, yeah, girl, I'm gonna crash out. But you need to have some money. You probably didn't do the best business and you probably didn't manage the money and the finances that you had. So you can't blame Chris Brown for that. It's no shade. And now here's the key. Now this is what actually made me want to talk about this today. Child Kevin Mcall went, and he was asked about Chris Brown and everything. And apparently he said that Patti LaBelle can't sing. TMZ caught up with him. And this is what he had to say. Now, I thought this was a key. This was a key to me. Oh my God. I was on my back this morning. Did you guys see this?
You know, saying what's funnier, a troll or a broke one? Ouch. You know, when you saw that or heard about that, what went through your mind? I mean,
What went through my mind? All that bullshit's for the birds, and you ain't nothing but a vulture. That's what went through my mind.
that, you know, saying what's funnier, a troll or a broke one? Ouch. You know, when you saw that or heard about that, what went through your mind? I mean,
What went through my mind? All that bullshit's for the birds, and you ain't nothing but a vulture. That's what went through my mind.
Okay. I thought that was a cackle this morning. I'm not even gonna hold you, bitch. I was in my bed kid down, okay? I don't know why that was a cackle. Yeah, that was okay. But apparently, he then, he also has been on a tirade and called Chris Brown or gay to Bryson Tiller. Look, because Bryson Tiller bought Chris Brown a Lambo after their tour. And Kevin Mcall made a comment about it. I told you, little bro, crazy light-skinned niggas got the best booty. Let's get into it. He says, at Bryson Tiller, I told you, little bro, the crazy light-skinned niggas got the best. He got you hooked now, too, huh? That shit is fire, ain't it? Now I'm hot. Why won't he divorce me? Hashtag gay pride. Paperwork party soon. Not light-skinned niggas got the best booty. Let me think. Is that true? I mean, booty is booty. I mean, what describes best booty? You know what I'm saying? I've had different types of booty. Lines getting down to it. I mean, it just depends what it's given. Is it a worked out booty? Is it a lifted booty? Is it a BBL booty? Is it, you know what I mean? Every booty ain't great. Every booty ain't bad. Because some light skinned booty got a lot of blemishes. Okay. Darker skinned booty, sometimes it'd be more smooth. Sometimes if you don't get the right light-skinned piece of ass, it's spotted up like a damn Dalmatian. Some of them light-skinned booties need a facial. It's no shade. But anyway, that's a conversation for another day. I'd like to see both. All three, actually. If you're asking me, let me be the judge. It's no tea. But I don't know if I want the crazy crash out ass. Kevin Mcall, you can probably keep yours to yourself. Anyway. As if that wasn't enough. He's still on a fruity tirade. He then suggested that Ty Dolla $ign was caught kissing a man. Chris Brown was like, stop playing with Ty Dolla $ign like that. That's my brother. You know, all this trolling, you're doing too much, bro. Step back, move on, and leave me out of it. Speaking of Ty Dolla $ign, I think I saved it. Hold on. This was a couple of weeks ago, like a days ago. Hold on. Dang. Well, I'm just going to give you guys the tea because it might be clipped up anyway. So Ty Dolla $ign did an interview. And this, I'm just throwing this in here. I don't have it queued up. But girl, so apparently there is a new body record with an Ice Spice verse. Remember we heard it? Apparently the record is never and was never coming out because when they hit Nicki up to clear it, Nicki wasn't going to clear the verse. So she didn't clear her part. So that record will never live. So that's probably another reason why they kind of fell out a little bit too, because girl, Ice Spice, you went and got on the new body record. So that might have been some tea too. But yeah, so that Ty Dolla $ign confirmed that there is a new body record with an Ice Spice version in the ethers. We've heard it. I'm sure you can find it on YouTube. But apparently Nicki didn't clear it. So, and I just feel like Ice Spice's was cute, but Nicki's verse was the verse. I still feel like that song could live today, but it's just so much going on right now. I just feel like at this point, it just doesn't even make sense. So yeah, that's that on that. Y'all said it's no sound. Y'all can't hear me? They're saying that Diddy allegedly had a knife pulled to his throat in prison. And they said the next time, I seen this that I had it saved. They said that Diddy had a knife allegedly pulled to his throat in prison. And they said, next time you won't be so lucky. They're trying to get Diddy out by all means necessary. So I don't know if they're going to say that he's not safe in there. It's a lot going on, but good luck with that Diddy stuff. We are past the Diddy era. It's a lot. All right, let's move into what did I want to talk about baddies a little bit? Even though I really don't talk about baddies. Was I going to talk about this? Hold on. Oh, I did want to talk about DTB. I did want to talk about DTB, Natalie Nunn and baddies. Okay, so DTB is basically saying Diamond the Body. She's saying that she's only going to do one episode of baddies, right?
Ain't no shit yet. So
Hold on, let's get into it.
all that, I was not answering calls, production. That's cap. Trust me, I want to go for my one episode. I got one objective, one goal, and that's all. That's it. That's all. And I'm going back to my regular life. Keep back and look at all the people. Y'all got so much people on the show. Like, y'all don't need me. Like, it's so many people. Like, so much storyline. There's so much going on.
Okay, so the reason why I thought this was important, because I think that she should only do one episode. I mean, if she really wants to be considered an artist, she should do like the Cardi B route. She should definitely, she's done enough. She's made the season pop. And if she really wants to be an artist, DTB is not going to be a successful artist. I mean, she's already got signed to 15 on 1, where that's already shaky territory. But then we get to the fact that Natalie Nunn and Nemi are now rappers. Natalie Nunn, we know that, like, no shade. Natalie's going to take everybody's thing, and if she's got the money, the resources, and so she's going to adopt your whole thing and just be the whole persona. They're not going to, there's no way that DTB will be able to propel as an artist when Natalie Nunn's trying to break through. So I'm saying that to say, DTB, you should do your one and you should be done. If you really want to focus on your music, because it's too many artists up there. When the damn CEO is trying to be the artist and the damn owner of the network is trying to be the rappers, girl, you don't have a chance. Like, you don't have a chance. So, girl, I will move on. So yeah, I just seen that on my thing and I didn't get a chance to talk about it the other day. Okay. Let's get into the Nicki piece, then we'll get into the Cardi B. Nicki's a key. Nicki did Queen Radio and she addressed things. And they were a lot clearer than before. And I'll tell you what I took away from it. I didn't understand everything, but I took away some things. The Keyshia Kaoir part outside of the reading, I was a little confused about it, but I'll try to like break it down from what I kind of got from it. But she definitely didn't play with Keyshia Kaoir. And here's just a little bit of a snippet of what she had to say about Keyshia Kaoir last night on Queen Radio.
Bitch said she had an allergy, but she figured she would do the show anyway. Do what show anyway? Who would have needed to see or hear you? You see how you gave yourself away? Shut your silly ass down and go and fix that filler. The fuck wrong with you, bitch?
Ooh. Hello, Nicki?
Did y'all hear what I said? I was in another screen. Huh? What do I always tell y'all about anybody that will sit up in your face and lie like that? Is a motherfucking fool. Why would you have had to decide if you were still gonna do a show because you got bit by a bee? Bitch, is you fucking, who the fuck you think we was born yesterday, dumb bitch, your children are expecting better out of you now. Why would they have had to talk to you? You see how you just revealed that the show was to talk to you? You see how you just revealed that it was not about Gucci Mane, you silly hoe. Now I can say a lot of things now. And Miss Deb said she want to get in on the motherfucking action too. But I said, we trying to be nice. Since when, if somebody's spouse, I use that term loosely depending on certain things that since when somebody's spouse gotta do the show? Bitch, if you had a allergic reaction, bitch, why you didn't do your motherfucking self a motherfucking favor and us, bitch, and sit the fuck outside? You are that insecure about your aging face that you have lied to millions of people and said, once you seen how, notice she ain't say she got bit by a bee or some shit that she had an allergic reaction. Notice she ain't say that prior to that footage coming out. Like she didn't wake up that morning and say, oh shit, my God, y'all, I got stung by a bee. Well, I got an allergic reaction. Blood clot tea. Messy.
She's stupid.
No, bitch. It was when the footage came out that she seen her filter didn't come with her outside that day. Is when the liar got to lying. Holla. do I got any fucking body in here, bitch?
Ishandaraboshatai.
It was when she saw herself that she jumped.
Oh, yeah. Whew, like a thief in the night.
You jumped. It was when she saw that the filler had stopped filling in.
Whoa.
That liar got to doing what the liar is known to best do, bitch.
And what was that? Wow.
And every day I want you to look in the mirror, y'all, and say, God, remove every liar from my motherfucking face.
Hey.
The bitch is so insecure at her face. Simply being her face. You see, not everyone ages like the generous queen.
Yes, because of why?
Because my life
And your what?
inside, my grace,
Oh, yes.
my peace,
Ooh.
my love, my paradox,
She's a key.
my conundrum, my truth, my generosity, my
Yes.
humility,
Of course.
my restraint when I have the power to
Okay, Nicki.
do so much damage and choose not to.
Okay, Nicki. Okay. Okay, I'm done. I can't. She's a cackle. I love Nicki. I don't care. She gave me all day long. That's why she's my bitch. Like, or you see, I could just pop. I know exactly the beat to get in on. She's a king. This is my kind of humor. I like girl. That's my kind of girl. It's no shade. I live for Nicki Minaj. It's no tea. I know the girls don't like her, but she's entertaining. I live for Nicki. It's no shade. It's no shade. As a fan, maybe personally, girls, some other things. That's why I like just keep me on the fan side because girl, she's a key. So, well, you see how she feels about Keyshia Cole. That part got a little confusing to me. It was almost like, I don't know. I think that goes a little bit deeper. Not deep like the Jay-Z stuff deep, but deep like it went a little bit above my head a little bit because it was like getting into like she didn't have any issues with Gucci Mane, but it was issues with Keyshia Cole. Basically, I think that she was trying to give like Keyshia Cole is like Gucci Mane's handler, and she's like, what she did say is that Keyshia Cole exposed, because I wrote it down in my notes. She said that Keyshia Cole exposed all the authority over his life. She took everything from him because she basically deemed him like mentally ill. And even though he wrote the book on it, in my mind, this is how I'm kind of processing it, and the fact that everything pretty much goes through her. So in a nutshell, what I'm kind of assuming, it was like, Gucci Mane has no power. Feed me. I'm the money. I cook, I clean, I do everything. And like, he's really weak without me. And I think that she was kind of basically saying it makes him a target. And in one end, but it like illuminates her, I guess. It makes her, I don't know, like somehow Keyshia benefits from it, but Gucci Mane loses. I don't know. That's kind of what it kind of gave to me. That's kind of what it gave. So, but here's the part where I did finally understand what she was talking about, as in Rock Nation and Academics, because Academics was kind of speaking out and like to the credit of Nicki and to the side of Nicki, right? But Nicki basically said, and here's the thing, and you could be thinking you're doing the Lord's work, child, and thinking, you know what, me and Nicki rocking, we killing it. And Nicki say, hold on, idiot. You're a dumbass, you're being used. Tag, you're it. And that's exactly what she did to academics. Meanwhile, academics is like, putting out the work and putting out the stuff and putting everything out there. And Nicki's thinking, yeah, you're having my back. You're speaking to it, but you're still stupid. You don't get it. They did this because they knew that you would do what you're doing. And I'm watching academics process it. I'm like, where's she going with this? You see, they need the loudest voices in the room. She went a little left here. Staged court cases. I'm assuming that's the malograms. She also hinted at people only being able to drop music. I'm assuming that's Megan Thee Stallion would have released tonight. When there's been updates on the docket. And so academics, you're not doing me a favor. You're part of the game. And the game is they're updating the Desiree Perez versus the daughter docket yesterday. And so academics ends up posting a 6-person tweet about Nicki. Everyone's talking about that. The fans are getting an uproar about that. Cardi B's cursing out Armon. Gucci Man and Keyshia Kaoir is on the Breakfast Club. Megan Thee Stallion's dropping music. But nobody's talking about the updates on the docket. That's what that gave me. So in a nutshell, she's saying that Roc Nation, they strategically plan things around this court proceeding. And then so you'll notice a frenzy on the internet when there's been certain updates. I'm not following the case, so I don't know. But I guess updates that don't go in their favor, or they know things that are about to come out. They do certain things like Megan Thee Stallion, now you can drop. Even though Megan Thee Stallion's not supposed to be, signed by them, but I don't know. But they were promoting her. Megan Thee Stallion, you're going to drop your project. You're going to drop your song. Oh, we know academics going to go make a big old thing about, Nicki Minaj and Drake being mentioned in a deposition for 8 hours. That'll get the Nicki Minaj fans and everybody in an uproar. Everybody, we'll use Nicki's name for that because no one will be focusing on these updates of this case. That's kind of what she was saying. That's what I got. But I get what she's saying. She was kind of making it clearer, basically saying that, in her opinion, that Roc Nation, they know that there's some things coming in the pipeline. And one thing that she did say, she said there's some things that we don't understand, that we don't know on the back end, that she does. And she also said, as far as legal and suing people that have made defamatory statements towards her, it is not her responsibility, or she does not owe us to let us know when she's going to do it or how she's going to do it. Just know things are going to get handled. And if you believe in her and you love her, trust it. And she thanks her fans for being there and being supportive of her. That was clear to me. I mean, I feel like I got this. She was reassuring that, hey, the things that the people lied about, it's going to get taken care of. I just have to do it my way. I don't want to necessarily tell you guys that on the front end, but if you believe in me and you trust me, just know I see and I hear you, but I got this. I'm like, oh, okay, that was clear. That was clear. So That was that. Now, before that, I could just type in, I don't even know where. I'm just going to type in a clip. Cardi B decided to trash me. Whew. Here's one clip, maybe. No, she talks too reckless. She curses too much. I'm trying to find a clip where, so if anybody's scrolling through, okay, I think this is a good one where she was addressing me. I mean, she did it for about an hour.
How and what other people be telling, and what other people this, and what other people that. What the fuck?
Okay, so this is where she was addressing me. So let's just get to it. Child. Hold on. So Cardi B decided that she wanted to get up and read me. I'm going to try not to gas myself up because, girl, I can get up here and just really start going. And I told myself, I said, let me eat a big lunch. You notice I'm not drinking anything today because I'm going to do things a bit differently today. I'm not going to eat her up for blood like I could. And the bitches that she was running her mouth with about me. Because it's clear that they having a sit-down circle and running their mouth about me. And it's like, girl, I don't really give a fuck, to be honest. Because, girl, what? Now, imagine a gossip circle about me and the tea is not even accurate. But anyway, so she goes and she starts this whole thing because she's upset because I went viral in a tweet. I went viral in a tweet and I asked a simple question and I said, hey, do people support Cardi B genuinely first? Or do they either fall out with Nicki at some point or have some, and then do they support her second, her music? So she got mad. So she goes into this space where I'm bullying her and I'm always attacking her and threatening me. She's got gay niggas for me. She's got straight niggas for me. I mean, she's threatened me many times. She's had her husband threaten me. And then she has her fans, wanting to come at me as if, like I'm not allowed to have an opinion on her. And at first I was like, you know what? I'm not going to talk about her no more. But I decided, hell no, we're going to definitely talk about her. Now, we're not going to go out of our way to discuss her or disparage her. But you're not going to punk me. Y'all see how the enemy tried to destroy me right now? Did y'all see that? The enemy tried to destroy me, girl, but we back. The enemy tried to destroy me, but we back. You're not about to punk me or bully me out of doing my job. It's just not going to happen. Where was I going with this? So she pretty much went online and tried to attack and berate me. Notice, I want to be very clear. I've never talked about her children, her looks, her body, her car, her money, none of that. She went into all of that. Mommy issues. I'm not T. I don't look like this. I don't look like the third. She started bringing in all these other people. She was defending Saucy Santana, Kim Barbie. My thing is, girl, if I'm not that girl, you have to pull your best players out to try to compare me against, girl. And then one of your best players is not even your bitch. It's the next girl's bitch. So you couldn't even use your bitches to defend it, to read me with. But again, I'm not even going to get into that space because it wasn't really about that. Because I seen the play here, and I know a lot of you guys wanted me to crash out. But here's the thing. I'm not going to crash out on her. And here's why. Because just like Nicki, we're playing the big game. She's a big fish. She's a manipulator. She also is a liar. She called Angela Yee, and I didn't even want that to be out. And Angela, I do apologize, because that wasn't even I didn't even really want that to be that. But she definitely tried to get me kicked off of the air. Now she's playing these semantic games, saying that she didn't say that. She called Angela Yee and asked Angela Yee, why would she have me up there to talk about her? And, Angela Yee, I've been a supporter of you, and you got to watch who you have on your platform. But what does that mean to you? Is 1 + 1 = 2? No, did she literally say take him off air mid-show? No, but everybody knew. What the hell did you call for? To say keep him on air for another week? No, you didn't. You wanted me off, and you want to make sure I definitely don't come back. Like, girl, stop playing these games. So she definitely did that. But see, in her rant, she wasn't mentioning that. But she talks loud, she sends threats, and makes people feel like they can't talk about her. But it's all good when, people are talking about everybody else. Absolutely not. She tries to stop the bag and stop the opportunity. The reason why I'm not going to go at her, though, is because in her argument, in her dragging of me, she went and was saying that I was jealous of everybody. I was falling out with everybody. And anybody that works with me, they should be careful because I'm going to do the same thing to her, which is not true, because I tried to make peace with her. What she did was she recorded that phone call and sent it to Ken Barbie, who she was defending, trying to make it seem as though, he doesn't pick on anybody. But well, why? If he doesn't pick on anybody, what was he doing with the audio? And why do I know that he had it? Because he was online trying to whack me with it. So that didn't make any sense. He literally was online trying to drag me with the audio that she had sent him. But the thing is, you're saying I fall out with people. Well, I want to let everybody know this today. I fall out with people that think they're going to use me. I fall out with people that think that this is not a business and that I'm just your mouthpiece or your guinea pig and you're going to play in my face. So if that's how you move, I don't want to work with you anyway. I'm not your pit bull. I'm not your stumping. I'm not your doormat. Bitch, I want something out of the deal. Either we're going to get some money together, we're going to work together in some sort of collaborative way, or girl, go the other way. So for anybody in the back watching, that's why we fall out. Because everybody I falling out with, they thought that they was going to just sun me and play in my face. I don't just fall out with people because I want to just have enemies. I fell out with people because they thought I was dumb and they thought I was just so thirsty for a follower or engagement or interactions that, girl, at some point, what are we doing? So I want to make that very clear. But the reason why, and I see some of the fans saying, hey, you need to read her. And then I see some of the other people saying, oh, why you didn't, if it was a black woman, you'd have went and knocked out and dragged out. If this was Tasha K and Milagro, blah, 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 blah. You'd have, first of all, Tasha K and Milagro don't have millions and millions of fans. Tasha K and Milagro can't make a single phone call that's gonna try to stop an opportunity from me. Where there's a heavy bias. I'm not going to allow Cardi B or any of you guys to trick me out of my spot and say something reckless about her when I know that she has lawyers, judicial system, and biased fans around the world that where if I go and crash out and flame her ass up the way that I know that I could, the narrative is going to turn into Armon Wiggins has been attacking Cardi B and she's a 5'3" pregnant woman. Not doing it. I've let you guys get me into that headspace with Foxhole. The show went down. While all you guys seen it, y'all still blame me for the show. The girls who know, I can't get into the details, but I wasn't the reason the show didn't come back. Doesn't matter how many times I said till I'm blue in the face. No one believes me. I don't care. You were entertained for that 5 minutes for that show, but then everybody turned on me. Everybody saw how Al was treating me, pumping me up, do something, fell for it, did it. Then everybody, Armon is emotionally unstable. He doesn't. Jason Lee, same thing. Jason Lee's playing in your face. Jason Lee's making you. Why are you letting Jason Lee punk you? Clear Jason Lee in a 13,000 live, burnt the book. Everybody said, "Oh, Armon just burns all bridges." You're not getting that from me because y'all not loyal at all. Why would I set myself up to entertain you so that you can then turn around and laugh at me in my face? I'm not doing that. Diddy, Baby Oil, we are Kiki. 20,000 people, 25,000 people, day after day. We doing oil and everything. As soon as the masses try to make a moment off me, I'm seeing people every single day now. Oh, he just is a clout. I can't believe he messes up everything from. Girl, I'm not doing that for y'all. So if you wanted me to get on here and curse Cardi B out, I'm not about to do that. I have to move more strategic. This woman will sit up here and lie on me. She's already done it. And so if you guys can understand why Nicki Minaj is not going all the way full throttle at a Jay-Z in a certain kind of way because she's got to protect herself in a certain kind of way, I have to protect myself in a certain kind of way. This woman has threatened me. This woman has literally said that she has people watching me at the club. This woman thinks she knows where I live. I don't know if she was trying to say, this woman is talking about my car. I don't know. My apartment got that baby gagging, babe. Gagging. We're going to get into that. She's talking about my car. This woman is all on and I'm the stalker. This woman is talking about my manifestation cleanse, my 60-day book, my book. Saying that I was going to spiritual healers. Just all kinds of stuff. I'm like, girl, you really trying to watch me like that? So y'all didn't hear that, right? A lot of people didn't. So I'm not playing these kind of games with her. And I'm not playing with y'all. But what I will say is this. You're not going to bully me into not talking about you. You're not going to trick me out of my spot so that you can lie on me. You're not going to make me call you a B. You're not going to make me say something about your P. You're not going to do any of that. You're not going to make me defame you. And that is the problem. She can't hook me like she hooked Tasha K. Because I don't break stories. I don't have exclusive information. She is simply upset because I create conversations and it doesn't lean in her favor. It's no different than, and I strategically did this topic at the end. Why is it that everybody else can get talked about, good, bad, or indifferent, but she can't? And I actually make it my duty to not just come on here and hate her and give hate rhetoric. I've even gotten to the point where sometimes I get dragged by Nicki Minaj fans because I will give her credit. I will even hold spaces and let people and tell people don't start talking about this woman's face, body, and kids because that's not what we do here. But they don't see those things. But it's like, if I'm not just gargling her, then all of a sudden I'm not a credible source or I shouldn't be speaking on her. And so what she did yesterday, she tried to gaslight me in a crash out so I can look like a gay, messy boy versus the media, because the fear is this. This nigga's good at what he do. The problem is this nigga's not on my side, so I don't want this nigga to break through the ceiling. So I got to get it to this point where I get on my platform to millions of people and say, hey, he's messy. Watch this. I'm going to mention this person, this person, this person, this person, and this person. And guess what he's going to do? He's going to load up his live, drink and curse me out. And then I'm going to say, see, he called me a bitch. Not this time, boo. You're not getting that. You're not. Because every situation that I've had in the past, she was using that to throw at my face. So why would I add another situation? I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it. So you're not going to get me reading you on here. I'm not going back and forth with you. I'm going to still do my job because at the end of the day, it's media. Girl, Cardi B is upset that we don't spin her narrative, lean to her side majority of the time, and it goes viral and people listen. The problem is, see, if I was getting 1 or 2 likes or nobody gave a damn, she wouldn't care. But I have to think bigger picture. Here's the thing. She's a celebrity, right? She's worth millions of dollars. But at the end of the day, just respectfully speaking, she vibrates at a very low frequency. Her platform is Am I the Drama? If you really look at her at its simplest form, she lives for drama and negativity. Outside of me, you've got receipts and tea on everybody. That's what you sit up and do. You should know. You know more about me than I know about you, or you think you know more about me. You think you know a lot about me. But it's like, but it's not just me, it's everybody. You know more about everybody than you know more about your own music or music in general. And so when I realized that, when I was sitting in my bed, I was like, you know what? This can go 1 or 2 ways. I can get up and perform and read her and everybody and just do the whole thing. But what that does is that says, hey, no, that keeps me in that negative realm where she's at. But the difference is she can actually go and take that, then go to her millions of fans and take her millions of dollars, get on her private jets and pretend that that's not who she is. For me, I get on here and crash out. I done got myself tricked out of my spot. And now I'm stuck here because the problem is she's not mad that I'm talking about her. She's mad that I'm talking about her and people hear it. People are listening. People are engaging. It makes sense. Because there was no reason for her to be upset with me on The Breakfast Club because I'm not on The Breakfast Club, on Angela Yee. And I love my girl Lauren at The Breakfast Club. But if we're being honest, The Breakfast Club started that story in the middle. They started the story in the middle. And the kids part got brought up when she brought up the fact that it was Nicki's son's birthday and she should be cutting the cake or something. Then the kids start getting into play. Not that either one of them should have been doing the kids thing, but let's be clear. When it first got reported on air, it got reported in the middle of the story. The bottom line is this. Cardi B said that she was going to outsell. That is why you didn't, even when she hit the 199 or the 200, there was no huge celebration. And if everybody thought, and her fans and the Nicki fans and all fans are like, everyone was watching that. So to sit up here and then for her to go on that Twitter space and then say that she said that she was going to outsell her last project, it's like, girl, no, you did not. And you didn't think that, you didn't insinuate that, and you didn't say that. And you would have never said that to another Barb. That was not what that conversation was, because you would have just said, and I'm going to outsell my own project and I'm going to be back on top. But now this is news to all of us that as of yesterday, her saying that she was going to outsell she was going to say that she was going to outsell Invasion of Privacy. That was not what she insinuated. But I guess a lot of people online like to play semantical games. But if you pay attention to the temperament and the temperature of the whole timeline throughout that whole week, they were gagging. They were being very boastful. She was saying, bookmark the tweets. What are we bookmarking the tweets for if this is a battle versus you? Oh, this is not even counting pure sales and woo, 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 woo. Like, girl, that's what I'm saying. Like, but then when the numbers came out, then all of a sudden I was being messy. I don't give a damn if you think I'm being messy. I don't give a damn if anybody, this is what I do. I'm a commentator. As long as I stay in the guidelines of commentary, opinion, and you know, getting the information, you know, and you know, delivering it in the most respectful and the best way that I can without getting dark and defamatory, all y'all can kiss my ass. Because y'all not gonna bully me because y'all don't like that I have power on this microphone to critically think. I'm not out here talking about your man or talking about this or talking about your kids. So no, absolutely not. People are saying, well, you've been harassing her for months. What is harassing her for months? Talking about her? We have not been harassing her for months. She's been in the news for the last month. She was beefing. She had court cases. She called Nicki schizophrenic. I mean, there was a whole beef there. She had a whole album rollout. Were we not supposed to talk about it? Don't listen. No, you guys didn't care if I talked about her. The problem is I had a difference of opinion from what her fans and what she felt the conversation should be around. And there were many people that agreed with that difference of opinion. There's no crime in having a difference of opinion. I'm not over here posting pictures of her face and her body. I'm not over here posting deep fake videos. And we're talking about music. We're talking about numbers. It is what it is. This is what we do. And we're going to continue to do it. So yeah, that was just my thing on that. And when it came down to the personal digs, it was like, girl, you talking about my car? I'm like, girl, I'm not. Spell car. She's like, girl, what? Say driver's license 3 times fast. You know what I mean? Like, girl, what? But anyway, I'm not even about to get into that space. So, yeah. I don't want to get into everybody else because then, and then I knew that she had played a game. She had got up there, and can y'all believe this? Y'all know y'all gonna cackle. This woman, apparently, she got on there and said I was jealous of Al Reynolds. I'm like, okay. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. And then she thought she was reading me about paying $3,500 for a 1-bedroom. First of all, it hasn't given 1 bedroom in a very, very long time. Wish the rent was $3,500, but that's neither here nor there. But imagine, could you imagine $3,500 for a 1-bedroom? That's a hefty price. And so if I'm so much not that girl, you were totally tone deaf to your audience because, girl, you are battling, you're doing money talk with me. What's the tea, babe? I'm a nobody. I'm not that girl. Why are we doing money? You doing money talk with me. And then you bringing all your girlfriends out and trying to compare what they got going on. I don't give a damn about a bitch buying a house in Chattanooga. Girl, I was approved for 2 houses. Paid the escrow money and took it out. Over $1 million. But I decided to get a penthouse. But that's not even about that because, girl, I still ain't got no money. But the thing is, like, the girl, like, what she tried to do was break my soul. She tried to, like, break my soul. But it was just like, you can't break my soul. Because, girl, all the greats go through this. They get threatened. We're just gonna keep documenting it. And that was what I was saying. Like, we have to move differently because Cardi B, she's a powerful person. This woman literally gets away with defaming and all kind of stuff all the time because she has a favoritism bias, whether it's in the industry or whether it's in, the judicial circumstances, and whether it's in the streets or whether it's in, courtrooms, wherever, fan bases. So my thing is, what would I look like trying to go up against her, cursing her out, battling her, when she has these lawyers that will literally go take everything I say, spin it, she'll go do a therapy class, and somehow I'm on the hook for defaming her. And this woman that recorded my phone call, called to try to get me fired from an opportunity, talked about me, talked about my mama and everything else, and somehow it's my fault. Girl, I'm not, all because she's mad about an opinion that I'm allowed to have. I'm not finna do that. I'm not stupid. I do understand the lady's power. I'm not playing with somebody and also, even with the threats, she threatened me, but because she's been through this and because she knows what this, she was still threatening me, but she was threatening me in a roundabout way just in case it had to get there. It would be harder to prove. I'm not dumb. And so I'm not going to allow your fans to have me run into a brick wall when we've seen 2 examples of this. And I know that I'm not playing with some small fry loser dummy. She's been through the court system and she wins, whether she's right or wrong. So you think I'm going to hang myself, a black gay man, going up against a pregnant Cardi B? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. She can have it. You won, girl. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. You read me, boo. You win. Mwah. But anyway, now let's move on. I'll take a couple calls really quick and I'm gonna get up out of here. She won that, girl. I'm not about to do that. I'm not that stupid. Okay, so we're gonna take a couple people up here. Y'all can come on. All right, Whitney B, talk to me.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes.
Finally, oh my God, Armon, I've been waiting to talk to you for so long. Okay, so I just want to say that call last night was really disgusting. And I feel like instead of calling Angela Yee, you should be directing your anger at what you're really upset at, and that's not having your family. Instead of calling Angela Yee, maybe you should have called Kaoir, and the anger needs to be directed at the right person. You are a very unbiased commenter, and I love your content. I appreciate your content, and I'm so glad that you continue to keep going each and every time, Armon, because you are the real threat. Why is anybody concerned about anything that you're saying or doing if you're not the threat? Nobody cares about that guy that she hangs out with. If you're on the label already, then why are you concerned about somebody who's not on a label?
Well, yeah,
because your voice reaches that far.
And this is, to me, the way I took this. This is no difference than Diddy trying to get Wendy Williams kicked out the radio, Charlamagne being attacked, Joe Budden. Everybody gets attacked based off of things that they've said. But it's like, why is she above reproach? No one can talk about her. But then when she's constantly in the news, which is good for her because you're not constantly praising her, then now you're bullying her.
Yes, and you're not bullying anybody. Bullying is not the right word. That's not what's going on here. You are a social commentator and you are giving your opinion like you've always done. Nothing is different about her. If she's in the news, if she's trending, then we're going to discuss it. It's no different than anybody else. I don't know what the problem is. Nobody is bullying her. That was real extra. That was so disgusting. Everything that she said was so disgusting, and she was being very manipulative.
Yeah, and then it was this idea. She was bringing up all these different names, right? So then from what I was supposed to do with that was get into my bag and then start reading all them girls, and then she had them tweeting and stuff, and I was supposed to let the comments gas me up, and so then I was supposed to not. She was trying to set me up to not only battle her, then I was supposed to be reading Kellen and this one and Saucy and this, and I was supposed to just go crash out on everybody because she was pitting them all against me.
And you not falling for it, and I'm glad that you. I'm so glad that you're not taking the bait. And lastly, I want to say, I don't know who she calling ugly because you are fine. And
Girl,
you take care of yourself so well. Beautiful skin. You got it going on, Armon. So again, don't fall for the bait. You are continuing to rise to the top each and every day. And we are so happy for you and proud of you. And we right here with you.
Thank you. And so that was the thing. So my thing is this, and then you're trying to talk about my accomplishments, and this is like, listen, I don't have to put a wig on nobody, and I don't have to put a wig on my damn self. I don't have to stand behind nobody, beside nobody. I'm myself, and I'm very damn proud of what I've been able to accomplish. You feel me? I sit here brick by brick and laid this foundation for this platform. I don't need to drop anybody's name. I don't need to be associated. I don't need to be the best friend of. I don't need any of that. And so, girl, you can't make me feel any kind of way about what I got going on here. Brick by brick, I've done it. And I didn't have to sell out in any kind of way to do it. And I didn't have to dim my light in who I was. And that's the problem. It's no shade. But I could tell she was trying to gaslight me into like a full-on crash out. And I'm like, girl, I'm not about to do that. Saunders Sons.
Hey, what's up, Armon?
Hey.
Hi, I just want to say one thing. If you ain't got no haters, you ain't popping, okay?
Thank you,
Let's
boo.
just say that everybody has went through it. Charlamagne goes through it. Wendy Williams even went through it. People are not going to like you when you're speaking against them. As long as you're speaking to their narrative or saying what they want you to say, then it's okay. But then when you start to speak against them, then it's like, oh wait, hold on. And the thing is,
and then she tried to play this thing, about, you even in my spaces about then you tried to get into the black women stuff. Don't get into black women stuff because, girl, I don't even talk about this, but girl, you're the same one that the black women don't really feel you like that because you call them roaches. And I don't even get into those bags. But you don't try to pit the black women against me. You see, she even tried to do that last night. And my thing is, girl, let's be really clear. You only come for small black media. You don't play that with white people. So let's not try to gaslight black people and women and shit like that, because you definitely play a corporate game. You only come for small guys and black people. You don't play with white media like that.
And can we be honest real quick? Can we be honest? When she went on the Breakfast Club, right? And she had that interview with the Breakfast Club. Her and Charlamagne the God, they had a rapport back and forth where she was like, yeah, I hit you up here and there and we talk here and there and stuff like that. So once I heard her say that, I immediately knew that Charlamagne wasn't going to ask the heavy hitting questions. So she already kind of built that relationship to where she was going to go on there. And she knew that they wasn't going to come at her like normally how the Breakfast Club would normally come at people. So that makes the conversation and the interview null and void, in my opinion.
No, it doesn't.
Right
No, it doesn't. No. It doesn't make it null and void. It makes it real. It makes it a reality. But it also makes you, and anybody, not just her, this is a real conversation. It makes the conversation to where y'all can't be calling me a flip-flopper. Y'all can't be calling, and even the fans, y'all like to do that with me, but you just pointed out something that you feel like the Breakfast Club has a bias. Does she have a problem with that? Does her fans have a problem with that? No, they don't.
My thing is,
no. Well, let me land. No, they don't. And is there really actually a problem with that? It's give and take. She went up there. They do this. They talk. Whatever. They like her. Whatever. But why is it a problem when other people are not doing that for you and they're doing it for everybody else? But it's okay from you. It's okay for you to benefit from bias.
Exactly.
But it's not okay for you not to benefit from bias or other people to benefit from bias. It's okay for her to benefit from other publications and people being biased and they're doing the correct reporting. But when someone else is doing a difference of a style of reporting, all of a sudden it's bullying.
And that's my thing. Does it not make it null and void when you go onto an interview knowing that, yeah, I speak to Charlamagne on the back end, so I know I can come up here and he ain't really gonna say too much to me about nothing. But then you got Bia going up on there.
No, it makes it null and void when you get on your phone and start spitting into your microphone mad at me when you have a biased relationship with the other, with a radio station. Absolutely. It makes it null and void when you're calling a radio station that I'm on, trying to push your weight around. You didn't directly say take him off of air, but you use manipulative tactics to almost kind of make Angela Yee, put her in a position where she almost felt like she had to choose. And then in the real world, who's not going to choose a Cardi B over Armon in that sense? So you knew what you were doing. Let's be real.
She knew what she was doing, but she knew that she could go up on there, say what she had to say, and they would have been on her side. Then, mind you, they had Bia up in there, right? The only reason why they had Bia up in there is because of the Cardi B beef. And if you notice during that interview with Bia...
That's not why they had Bia up there. Bia was already scheduled to come up there because Bia was promoting her album.
I don't know, child. If Cardi B did not get on her song and say what she said about Bia, do you genuinely think that they would have really had Bia up there?
Yes.
You do?
She was promoting an album, yeah. She was on a press run.
That's true. Okay, well, you're not biased. Hold on, I love that about you, though.
Hold on, I wasn't up there to just discuss her. Trust me, and that's the narcissism. The fact that, first of all, I've been on Angela Yee 5, 6, 7 times. The narcissism and the audacity to think that the whole plan was to sit up there and discuss you as if I wasn't covering the Diddy trial and the sentencing wasn't the next day. I didn't give a damn about discussing her. Girl, I mean, it was a part of the topic. Like, girl, please. Hold on. James Byron keeps calling. Hold on, let me call him real quick. What do you want to say? This child, you finna get on my nerve. Yes, I'm about to put you on my Bluetooth to attach you. What do we want to talk about? Because don't piss me off, because I know you're in bed with them over there, so I don't come over here trying to make excuses. Huh? Hold on. Hold on. Okay, hold on. Okay. Well, because I'm not about to do that. So hold on. I know. I'm about to. Give me a second. Because I like you, but you're not finna try to tell me. Hold on. Okay. All right, Dennis, what's going on? Okay, I think you're on here now. Hello? I can't hear you. Can you hear me? Hold on. Hello? All right, y'all. It's not working. I can't hear you. Oh, here you go. Let's see. Hello?
I'm here. Yes, I'm here. Armon Wiggins. First and foremost, before you have a pre,
I can't hear you.
You can hear me.
I can hear you now. Hello?
Okay, so I have an echo. But let me say this first. Why can't you hear me? I can hear you.
I can hear you.
Let me say. First and foremost, don't have a preconceived notion on my position on the issue you and CB are having. I have an issue with this. When anyone from media is being attacked, I take a different position. While I love CB and I love you, but I don't think it's fair to go after someone because of their life, what they do for a living. And I text that person, and I don't like this. I don't like
You're
this.
going in and out. It's really bad. This audio is like really bad.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
that better?
Go ahead. It's
Okay,
like
so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get off the screen. I got two things playing. I'm gonna take that out.
yeah.
Okay, here we go. Okay, no more feedback.
Okay.
Okay, so the issue I have is this. Anytime a member of the press, and you definitely earned that badge being in New York covering the Diddy trial,
Mm-hmm.
and you did a lot to get to the position where you at.
Fought every single day. You saw that.
I seen that, and while I love Cardi, and I love you as well, I don't think nothing should be used to try to take someone's position or hamper their growth. And if I can say that I have opinions about certain situations, but I'm gonna be fair here. I'm gonna be and I know Cardi's gonna see this, and she's, is what it is. But this is your job. This is how you make your money. This is who you are. And if you don't have an opinion, you might not have followers. You may not have people supporting you. So as an artist, Cardi's gonna get critique coming from both sides. And let's just be fair here. If you didn't be objective in reviewing the music, objective, not subjective, then you would probably not have people that would support you because they may feel that you are doing this to support the other side, which I hope you're not doing that either, because you've been on the other side as well.
Yeah.
And she may have a perception that maybe the other side sent you over there to come at her. And you know how Cardi is. If she sees that you pose a threat and if someone else is pushing you to that position, then she's going to respond in a certain way. But coming after you and is not supported by any strong facts, I don't support that at all. I don't. And I see your growth, and I know Cardi sees
the old me would have been just burning this whole thing down right now.
Yeah, and I'm glad you're not doing that. I'm not going
to do that because, but I'm not going to do that because she tried to gaslight me into that, because even the things that she was trying to hit below the belt on, these were past actions that I did, and it was in a way to say, see, look what he did. So why would I give her that just so that she could be right about me?
Right. Well, I commend you for not going there, because I know you went there early on. But when you reach a certain level, you have to respond differently. It's just what it is. You cannot feed to the low frequency people who want her to just go at each other. Keep it, keep it fair, keep it objective, and keep it respectful. And I think it will be okay. But you're too good. I don't like to see this. This is strange for me, because you and I've built a relationship, and I respect Cardi as an artist. She's also from my borough, and you rest my borough. So I make no bones about it. I support Cardi in what she does, but I also support you as someone that is a part of my profession.
Yeah. So, well, the thing is, she has a God complex. She does it. If Joe Budden says something, she's screaming and yelling. Like, she just does that. She does that to black media. When they don't agree with her, she acts like, they're all hating on her. They're jealous on her. They're men that's picking on her. But through that whole rant, she never said that she called Angela Yee. You get what I'm saying? Then pretty much lied. But Dennis, let me ask you a question. If I call a radio station and I say, why would you have him up there? You need to be careful about who you got on your platform. And he said this, he calls me ugly. He did all these different things to me. What are you telling that station? Get him out of here.
Yeah, well, I've seen it happen with Diddy and Wendy Williams.
I mean, what are you saying? Take him to lunch?
Yeah,
but she plays these semantical games because she's been in court so often. She knows how to word things, and then she has her fans. She didn't literally say, get him off. No, you didn't say that. But they can also say she didn't threaten me, but she pretty much sent out a bat signal of threats. And then you kind of try to put out my address and saying you got people watching me. You're threatening me. And then you're also sending out a bat signal that, some random person, if they want to be, make Cardi B look good, come attack Armon. Because why would you load up your platform and say that? So you're doing certain signaling without directly saying you're sending people after me, but you're doing that.
Well, that was troubling when I heard the doxing. That was like, wait a minute. I don't even have your address. I will pull up. No, I'm just kidding. No, pause. You know what I mean? Just not going to do it. All right, let's work this thing out. We don't need this thing to go any further. And like you said, Cardi has a very large echo chamber, and words matter.
But my question is this: at the very bottom line, Dennis, we all do a show. We did a show. If you really get into it, what actually was said that was wrong? Nothing. But you see, with her, you can't say. I did a full show before this. No one else reacts like this. This wasn't like the freaking Tasha K. I got the girl sitting right here. Here's an exclusive. What was the pink dust doing on the boat? And what's the nigga with the pink dust? And this was, girl, do people actually like her music first? Or this? Or hey, that schizophrenia jacket she put on Nicki was heavy. These are conversations within the culture. But because it didn't lean in her favor, now we're here. Like, girl, what are we doing? Like, it's like I can't have an opinion. No, I'm not doing that. I'm not breaking stories on you. I'm not spilling tea on you. I'm talking about shit that you already have out, and you're not gonna bully me into not having an opinion when everybody else can have an opinion.
Well, I think part of that is, and I'm not speaking for Cardi, but I would think part of that is because you two had a friendship at one point. Can I call it friendship?
We did not have a friendship.
Well, let me say this: you showed up at some of the events. I saw you there myself. You were right
Dennis,
there. That was earlier. Yes, sir.
Dennis, this is what they do to the media, and you know these celebrities will. If friends, we wouldn't have got here. She was using me as a media and having me, keeping me close, but not really fooling with me. You get what I'm saying? But I had no idea that I was being a pawn in her game.
So you felt you was a pawn shown over at that event, or you saying
yes?
Okay, well,
because girl, yes, and so but it wasn't that, and the idea is that at some point I think a lot of these people think that everything is supposed to be give and take if it's business, but you're not about to yell at me and talk to me like a dog and you ain't done shit for me and then say that I'm using you. And really, we all know this in media. When I'm on when you slap somebody over here, but we are kind of cool. So you did earn my bias as media. So I might turn the other way, kind of like the Breakfast Club. I might start the story in the middle, not the end, because you gave me the sit down. You get what I'm saying? But you know how the game go. But at the end of the day, you call off and say I used you and I got nothing out of that. And then we fell out, and then we got back cool. And see, this is the part that she never tells. We had even brought it back, and Pete and was like, "Girl, so what's the issue? What's the issue?" I told her my issue. She told me hers, and I thought we was cool. Her friend was online dragging me and getting into a Milagro, and I'm like, "Girl, I don't really care what y'all got going on. I'm cool with Cardi B." Boo-boo. And he goes, "Oh, you were online begging her for friendship, and I have the recording. So you mean to tell me after you cursed me out, we fell out, we got back cool, you recorded that phone call, sent it to your friend that was on Spaces, and he released it, and that's how we're here." But she don't ever explain that part of the story. And then she tells the story about how there was, she called me a B. I mean, I called her a B. There's no footage of that. She's never been able to find the footage of me calling her a B. Now I'm here. She said it was on the phone. Here's what we do know about Cardi B, which is very interesting. Okay, so if it was on the phone, well, I would know that. You would know that because I would have to say it to you on the phone, right? And we know that Cardi B is not finna let me call her no B out of her name on no phone and no private call. That's thing number one. So number two, the only person that you could have remotely heard that from if I was talking to, which I still don't think that I did, would have been Ken Barbie. And the only way that you heard that, because every time I was on the phone with Ken Barbie, watch this, I was under the assumption that it was just him and I. So let's just say that I did, and you heard, and you got the recording and you heard it. Bitch, I've been tapping my phone calls. Weird.
You've been tapping your phone calls.
Girl, they were probably calling me on three-way with her on mute.
Okay.
But I still never said, but you get what I'm saying, playing games.
I can't speak to that. All I can say is you have a premonition.
No, you can't speak to that. But what I'm saying is, if you say that now all of a sudden, because I'm asking you to provide the footage where I've called you a derogatory B word.
Right.
Why haven't you provided that footage?
That would sell everything. I agree.
Well, no,
Producer.
because she's the queen of receipts. But then she's saying, well, she heard it on the phone. Well, how? Because we know that I would never get on the phone and call you a B out of your name like that, because I'm not your nigga. We're not arguing like that.
Okay,
So where did you hear that from? Either that nigga lied to you, or if I did say, which I never did say, and you claiming that you heard it, girl, y'all were already doing funny shit and had me on mute, or you was sitting on mute playing three-way games and recording me then. So you told on yourself. You've been a weirdo.
Well, hold on. Allegedly. We don't know if that's a fact. We don't know.
I don't know if that's a fact, but I'm just saying. Okay. Anyway, let's move past that.
Right. You know, we try to stay out the courts.
Yes. Yeah.
You know, we're not trying to do that, Armon. But all I'm saying is, I don't want to see your livelihood threatened because of a position you have taken or opinion, not even position, an opinion you have. You two. I don't know if it's mendable at this point.
No, it's not.
It didn't sound like it, but you know, I don't think.
But what I will say this, I steal and I take from Joe Budden, I take from Wendy Williams, and I listen to Joe Budden, even Cardi B when she dresses him. Listen, I will still sit here and say this song is fire. To this day, I don't have to like you to do the commentary on the music. I will still sit there and be like, well, that is fire. She did eat that up. And then people will be like telling me, pick a side. It's like, no, I don't have to pick a side. To this day, if she looks great doing something and it's something to talk about and she's going about, I will still say that just as a commentator doing the work. And I'm not going to just, everything she do, look for it to be bad. Okay. Because that's just not true. She's not just going to do bad all the time.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? Because at some point she is famous enough to where I will have to talk about her, and I will have to be, whether I like her or not, I will have to be like, well, damn, she did kind of eat that up.
Well, as long as you approach this business with very minimal bias and more objectivity, I think you'll be okay. Yeah. I think you'll be okay. I think that will be, if you approach it in that manner, I think you'll be okay. But she has a lot of people that watch you, as well as the other side has a lot of people that watch and see how this is being played out. And I want you to take a step back and look at your involvement on both sides and how the perception could be. Just take take a step back and just.
I'll call you on the back end. All right, okay. All right. We gotta take a mark. Okay, bye. Thank you, Dennis. All right, let's take some more people. Okay, because Dennis done took the whole show. All right, Jasmine, come on, Jasmine. Sorry. Come on, Jasmine.
Hey, Armon, what's up, Chad?
Hey.
Now, I got two questions, and then I need you to answer them. Did the lady that said she paid men to beat up women say that you was evil? Is that what did the lady that's now pregnant with a man and not even divorced say that you was evil and had a dark spirit? I just know that's not what I was hearing.
Hey, I mean, people are entitled to feel how they feel.
Evil and a dark spirit. And another thing that I'm gonna say before I get off, she said, oh, and you see how you did with the Diddy thing, and look, now it came back at you. I don't understand, and I really pray, Armon, you killed it month after month after month with the Diddy trial. I really hope that when the losers who clearly weren't following you seen the whole more oil thing outside the courthouse and it went viral, I really hope that did not break your spirit or make you think that you did not absolutely kill it them whole 3 months, because it was 40, 50, 60,000 people in your live literally every single night. You got all type of opportunities. You was on national TV.
No, listen, you have reaffirmed me. Listen, everybody that has called me, like just privately, they were like, so many of my friends called me and just people just around. They're like, when she was talking about the Diddy thing and she was like, and it's all gone and God took it away. They was like, well, what was supposed to happen? The trial was over. Like nobody understood what that was supposed to mean.
Like, you got so many different opportunities, and still to this day, I'm still seeing you on different platforms. So it's like, what is she talking about was taken away? Okay, and lastly, why do Keyshia and JT preview a song in January, and then we don't hear about it till December, and then they start saying somebody stole the song. Girl, you put that "Take Me to Chanel" snippet out with Santana bobbing that fat neck months ago. Months ago. Months ago. Now you on here saying Tyler stole it. Why didn't she put that song out? And lastly, did you fall out with Santana? Was you friends with him? Did y'all talk? What's
No,
tea?
we
Okay.
were never friends. Oh, who? Me?
You and Santana. Like, why she
No,
wanted
no,
her to say,
I don't know Santana. The thing is, all these people get upset at a musical take. Santana got mad at me because I felt like he, during that time, he felt bigger than the program and got cocky. And I just, because he doubled down on that Blue Ivy stuff, and then the stuff about, teaching women how to be women, and, some of the songs I may have liked and some of the songs I didn't like, but they ultimately get mad at my reviews and my critiques about things that they do in the press. And then it turns into, then the dig started happening because Santana got mad at me because he said I would never amount to being nothing. I had a fake chain on, and I'm always going to be sitting in the room streaming. And look, that's the bulk of her money, sitting on TikTok streaming.
so she's
And so
saying you
they
was
get,
trying to kick Armon when he was Santana when he was down.
yeah, I don't need to kick anybody when they're down. That's the thing. Then don't watch the blogs. Shit, like, don't look at Hot Topics. Everybody's down when you make the docket. I mean, is that not what it is? This is what this is. Whenever you are posted and you're on a commentary show, it's usually some tea. And everybody's having a moment. Like, it's very rare that, gossip columns and blogs that everybody's just talking about your award-winning career all the time. Like, that's just not what sells. Consumers don't care about that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's all. When she said evil spirit, I'm like, do she follow him or do she not follow him? Because literally at the top of the year when we did that cleanse our mind, you have no idea how you touch me. You have no idea how I had asked and is giving my book out, my highlighter. I was
Period.
live every single day. I didn't get the journal.
And then
but
she
baby,
was
I was
bringing
speaking my
that up. It doesn't matter how much you cleanse and you do this and you do that. And that's like, but I don't want to keep rehashing it because I feel like I'm doing really good here. And I feel like I'm getting charged up because I feel like I need to
Yes.
rebut that. And I feel like I got some
Yes.
slick things to say and it can go
Okay.
left. So let's change it. Okay.
Yes.
All
Thank
right,
you.
boo.
Love you. Bye.
Love you too. Bye. All right. I think I'm going to take one more and then I'm going to go because I feel like I'm doing good. Okay. She's not ready.
Hello?
Oh, yep. Hey.
Oh, hey, I'm on.
Hey.
All right, I'm on. I've been a fan from day one with you,
Mm-hmm.
but so I just want you to understand that so you know that I've been listening to you for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to know, how do you go from saying Cardi's the queen of rap, saying that she's who's taking her spot, praising her, because a lot of clips are going viral, which you saying a lot of things praising her, right? Back in the days. How we go from that to saying she just can't rap? Like, I would respect that opinion if it was something that you were saying from prior or previously, because I've been watching you and I've never seen you ever say that you never thought that she could rap. So it's just like, I can understand where Cardi,
Let me stop you. Let me stop you. Let me
Okay.
stop you. So you haven't been following me that long. You must have jumped in when I started talking about positive about Cardi B, because before I always said that I felt like Cardi B really couldn't rap. That's how we started. Okay, we started there. The thing is this: I did say that at some point that she was the queen of rap. It wasn't because that she was just a talented rapper. It was because the numbers and the influence and the things that she was doing culturally, as in she was breaking records with one album. She had the #1 records, and she was being innovative with her creative direction. She was. And I still stand on this to this day. Remy Ma shifted Nicki, tripped her up, and Cardi B came in and took that spot for a minute.
Yes,
She did.
Yes, you have been saying that. Yes.
I mean, that's the truth. But Cardi B still can't rap.
Okay, we can agree to disagree.
And the only reason why I say that she can't rap is because I just don't like the way that she delivers a flow.
Yeah, but then you'll say, okay, I'll listen to the album only one time, but then you're on Twitter, like, praising certain songs or saying that, you know, you love the Summer Walker song or you like this song or this song she ate on. So it's like, if she can't rap, it's like, and then the week that she dropped that album, you came online like almost every day, and it seemed like everything, the energy and your tone and just everything just seemed like you were like wanting her to like fail or like lose. It just seemed, and it's just like that's not the energy that you were giving. Like I said, okay, I started following you in 2019.
Hold on. But at this point, I don't owe her shit. And at this point, no. And so at the time of the album, I don't owe her shit. So wake up, roll over. I liked you yesterday. It was cool. I don't like you no more, and not like that. But that's not where
So
I'm
then why
leaving
don't
it.
you
But hold on, let me
understand?
finish.
Okay, so then why
No,
don't
but
you
let me
understand?
finish. Let me finish. So I don't have to owe you anything to be biased about. See, the thing is, I could sit up here and love everything that you do. I listened to the album. I said some songs were good. I like some beats. And I also like the Summer Walker record without her on it. But you guys only hear when I say I don't like the thing because you feel like I don't like her. But at the end of the day, when I say I don't like you, that means I don't have to only talk about the good things I like and not tell you, hey, sis, this one didn't really sound that good. I don't have to, but I also don't have to go and decide that I hate everything and secretly blasting, am I the drama? That's not what I'm doing. I'm not going into it hating it. I'm going into it seeing what's up. There's many times that I still will be rapping enough. You verse me and you know it's given. Cheap and expensive, you know it's a different hair, nails, hold up, hair. I didn't fuck with her then, but a song is a song. But what you're asking me to do is kiss her ass, and I'm not doing it. And I don't owe her, and I don't have to. And I'm not doing it. Like, y'all don't, I literally will sit and big up the songs I like, and then I'll big up the songs that I don't like. I literally was saying Trophy was that girl. But because I said I like Summer Walker, which still I do like Summer Walker on the record, without her on it, it's a problem. Kiss my ass. Not you, but I'm just saying, it is what it is.
Yeah, but do you understand now? You're saying that you don't like her. So if she's telling Angela Yee, you have someone that does not like me and is biased, a little bit biased, on your platform, sitting there trying to spin a narrative, because at the end of the day, Armon, she didn't say Nicki's name. She said I will outsell. Yes, you can assume or say, yes, insinuate because it was Barb's, but there was also other fan bases in that spaces too, trying to come at her. So for her saying like, why are you having someone that's biased, especially he's just went on his own platform saying I can't rap, coming on here to discuss me. I don't see what's the issue with that. Her telling Angela like, why not have somebody else to come up and commentate about me? Don't ask him anything about me because
So have somebody that comes, so have someone that's going to tell the middle of the story, or have someone like you that's going to justify semantics, or have someone that you feel like is a fan of her. Is that what you're saying?
No, someone that's not biased, Armon. Someone that's
I'm not biased. I'm not biased. I said the truth.
Well, that's you said the truth because you assumed that she was talking about Nicki. She didn't say Nicki's name. You just assumed, and yes, and then.
So hold on, let me ask you this. So did the whole timeline, even including Nicki, assume that? Because that was the whole energy of the whole week. Please. So was that not the energy of the whole week?
Yes. No, the energy was, yes, she did. Of course, everyone wanted to see if she was going to outsell. Yes. I'm not
okay, let me ask you this. Let me say this. 200K in this climate for your second album is already phenomenal. That is great. That's great. But are you going to be honest here and realize that it still felt like even in that, it wasn't good enough for them? They were sad over there.
Yes, I do.
Did you not feel that energy?
I do feel like when you said like the celebration, it should have been there. Because to me, she should have let people know, like, look, I did my big one. A lot of y'all can't do what I'm doing. So regardless of what, it was still a success. I do think that she could have celebrated more. I'm not saying that. I don't know why. A lot has been going on. Remember, JT coming at her, Nicki coming at her. A lot was going on. So I can't say why she didn't celebrate, but I just feel like I love you, Armon, and I come on here. I support you so much, but I just feel like with this situation, even when you explained what happened with her recording you, it just seemed like more or less okay.
Ma'am, there's no way that you're finna even try to tell me or justify her recording my phone call so we can end the conversation here. I'm not even gonna hear you on that. And I don't want to be rude. You're not
I'm
gonna
not. I'm
justify
not
her recording my
justifying
phone
it.
call and sending it out. If that's what you finna do, then you're biased as hell. So you shouldn't be talking to me because that don't make. You're not finna tell me that was
You
cool.
didn't even let me finish.
Okay, you was finna make an excuse
No,
for it
you didn't
though.
even let me finish.
Okay.
I'm just saying when you brought up that whole situation, because I heard from what you said, and I do agree where I could understand where your feelings were hurt. But to me, it just seems because your feelings were hurt because I guess you felt like you did have a little bit of loyalty to her. You did go to bat for her with a lot of things, and you probably got dragged behind the scenes by going hard for her at times. But it just feels like, because you would say things like, oh, she would gaslight me and say, oh, you come into I'll bring you to the studio, I'll have you come and listen to my music, and it never happened. And it seemed like those things bothered you. And then once the whole betrayal with the whole recording, it was just like, okay, now now I just don't have anything nice to say about her. And I just rather feel like, then don't speak about her. Like she said, like she said, if that's the case, I'm not trying to say she should bully you to not speak, but it's just, I just see the switch in you and the energy change. And I know you don't like her anymore, but you still talk about her to me, and it just doesn't seem
Joe
objective.
Budden does not like Drake. Charlamagne doesn't like Drake. They clearly don't like Nicki. Academics don't like a whole lot of people. Y'all don't call their show and tell them who they're not to speak on and who they're biased about. You sit there and you listen and you take it. And you're not finna do the same thing to me. Thank you, sister. Good night. Girl, what? I can speak on whoever I want to. Now, what I'm doing is I'm no longer only speaking in one direction. Because I would hear you. I would hear you if everything I said about this lady was negative. But I make sure I don't come from a place of like, I wake up and I hate her every day. First of all, I don't. I literally don't. I literally don't. I don't, I just don't, I don't respect her on a personal level, but I don't hate her. I hope that makes sense, because it's like, y'all try to police me. No, it's no different. And because she don't like me, and because I'm not saying what she say, I should stop talking about her, but everybody else can talk about her. But she should have a right to be able to call and get me kicked off of a radio show. And you want to play these semantical games, and you just sit up here and admit it, that you saw that they wasn't even happy about the 200K. You saw throughout the whole timeline, the energy was about outselling, but you want to try to play this delusional ass game with me that now all of a sudden she was about to outsell her own album. That's what she was talking about. Yeah. And I guess her calling up to the radio station wasn't about having me removed. It was just about, just saying, hey, girl, I'm not playing these games with y'all. I'm not playing these games with y'all. Kelsey.
Hello.
Hey.
Armon, let me tell you something. I love you.
Thank you.
I don't want
Everybody can be biased when it's time, but they don't see the bias when they're being biased.
child, I'm biased for you. Hello. Nah, but the problem is that you have influence. All right. Cardi does not want to see you successful. All right. It really hurt her to see you on Angela Yee. All right. What was the
Yes.
point? What was the point of her calling the station? What was the goal?
Because the thing
Mid-show.
The thing is this.
Mid-show.
With these people. See, I'm good when I'm either pushing their narratives, but then at the same time, it's like he does have the potential, but he's not kissing the ring. So now I have to move my weight around and make sure he don't get no other opportunities. And so when they see, wait a minute, this little nigga moving around still, somebody's fucking with him. I thought we did the car with Zeus. We had Jason Lee try to block him out. We had this happen. Shit, now we got to try to get over to iHeart. He's still moving up, and he's not kissing my ass.
Because they wanted you to need them. Yes. Right? And my thing is that you didn't go on there and lie. You told the full story. Like, people need to understand that the media takes highlights from Nicki's tweets. Nicki tweets a lot. Okay. And if you're not on Barb Twitter, you're not gonna be able to follow. Like, these media outlets are not gonna be scrolling until eternity to find out what was the root cause of her reaction. You understand?
Right.
So
I
we
had
were
every tweet play by play that night.
okay. We were there. I was there with you. I was there with you that night. It was mad late, and I saw you tweet by tweet by tweet every second. The moderators were on it too.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, like
And
at the end
listen,
of
we're all adults here. And I just
Mhm.
hate that when you know how okay, so I know I'm gonna take the long road, but have you ever went out of town or you go to the shopping mall or you just go outside and you think, do people leave their brains at home when they go on vacation or when they go out of town? It's like people forget to even walk down the street. It's like, move out my way.
Right,
And I
right.
think that this happens when we get on the internet and we start talking about celebrities that we love because there's no way that if I'm in your girlfriend circle and one of your girlfriends say something like, "Oh, girl, you know," and I'm gonna be the one to outsell. You're not gonna think, "Oh, she's talking about she gonna outsell her." In your real world mind, you know what that meant.
Exactly.
But
You don't
you'll
have to
get on
say
this
it.
goddamn computer and pretend because you like this woman that she meant all these other things, but what did she alluded to?
Bruh.
Like, why do we do that?
The whole energy of the whole week was competition. It was competitive. And then it's like, oh, she's talking about, oh, why, like your fave, like, come on now.
Why
She
do we
definitely
all of a sudden start lacking critical thinking skills because we want to kiss somebody's ass?
blind and deaf, child. Blind and deaf to it. So I just wanted to speak light on you. All
Thank
right.
you.
Because last night I've really heard it in your voice that it's like you wanted to say something, but you're like, nah, she's trying to, this is exactly what she want me to do.
Yes.
She want me to crack it.
Well,
She want me
actually,
to
I was
crash out.
taken off guard and I was like, okay, how am I feeling about this? Because I feel like I'm tired of being threatened. So the other part, the one side of me is like, I want to crash out and be like, I'm going out tonight. Because you're not going to keep making it seem like I can't fucking move around. Like, because I have an opinion. But then the other side is like, Armon, you don't understand. You're becoming an icon.
It's a bigger picture.
This is what happens. You're chosen. And you fight through this. This is your story. And she wants to be a part of it in this way. Let her. Let me tell you something. Sometimes you got to get dirty. You got to go through things. Only the strongest will survive. You don't, anybody playing nice and always everybody like him, they don't make it nowhere. Okay? If motherfuckers ain't stopping your bag or trying to cut you off or calling the radio station, who's going to buy that book later on when you make it? They've tried to cancel me every step of the way. And I get to look around. I'm like, damn, I'm still doing good. I'm still
your
healthy.
testimony.
I'm still happy. You get what I'm saying? And listen, everything that I've gotten that's been on a major level, it has not been due to anybody's assistance. Actually, if it was left up to anybody, I would still be somewhere in a basement hoping to get a shout out. I've created my own opportunities with me, my fans, and the people that really rock with me. And that's why these girls are gagging, because they can't control me. And then when I slip through and make other connections, they're making phone calls to try to stop it.
And one thing she can't take away from you is your talent.
At all.
Your talent. You have a gift. You have a gift. You are so funny. You are very intuitive. 99.9% of the time, you ain't wrong.
No.
Like, you ain't wrong. You know what I mean? So she can't take away your talent, your influence, and your destiny. And I'm gonna just leave it at that. I love you. Okay? Don't be silenced.
All right, boo. And I think we're gonna leave it at that. So yeah, that was what it is. That's just what it is. People think, oh, if I decide I'm not fooling with you, you're done. But here's where I learned. If anybody can tell you something about me like that, and that's what it's given, then hey, the opportunity ain't for me anyway. I feel like I've proven enough to where I build my own fan base, I build my own people, babe. We're rocking. It is what it is. You don't make it in life without being a little bit of a disruptor. Look at Cardi B herself. She's a whole disruptor herself. How is it that it can work for you? You're ratchet and ghetto as shit. And people buy into it. Drama filled and everything. They like it. You create conversation and all. And here's the thing: I'm not antagonizing. I'm creating conversation. Conversation that you don't like, but it's nothing. It's nothing dark. It's nothing seedy. It's nothing that I could be sued over because either it's something that you've done or a celebrity has done, or it's just a question. So at one point I was looking and I was upset and I wanted to crash out and I was scared, I was mad. Then I said, well, wait a minute. This means you're moving up. This means people hear you. This means they feel you, but you just got to use more protection to be smarter, because the more visible you become, the big beast will try to silence you. And so, yes, it might take me longer, but I'm not throwing on that wig. And my people, I will be here, God willing, longer than a lot of your favorite artists, because, girl, we're not going nowhere. Even if all the tricks work, you sue me, you big me up, you kick me, I'm still going to get on here and give my opinion. That's just what it is. This is my gift. This is what I'm supposed to do. And I'm not going to let someone take it away from me because they don't like, or they feel like it's not angled towards them. So that's it, guys. Believe in yourselves. Have a great day. And like I said, in regards to Cardi B, it is what it is. She went low. She felt like she wanted to read me. It is what it is. I'm not going to get into that bag with her. I'm going to let her have that. We're still going to, because at the end of the day, what would Wendy Williams do? Wendy Williams wouldn't even done all this. She would have said what she said. The next day, she would have did the topics like nothing ever happened. You know how many people ranted and raved and threatened and cursed out Wendy Williams every single day off of a tape? Charlamagne just told even told Nicki Minaj today, sending prayer. But I'm sure that they don't think that they're biased, but the Nicki fans don't feel good about that. But none of the people up here are going to understand that. Everybody, the Cardi B fans, they love the Breakfast Club, right? They're non-biased. But the Nicki fans don't feel that way. But are y'all telling the Breakfast Club don't speak? Or are you calling Lauren LaRosa saying that she shouldn't talk about Nicki on her podcast? Or Cardi B? Of course not. Is Cardi B calling him and saying, don't speak on me? No. Y'all can pay it. So anyway, I love you all. Thanks for the support. You know, we're going to keep doing the work, and we're going to make sure that we do it with integrity. They may kick us. They may beat us down. I've been called everything. They called me ugly. They say I'm a dark soul. But, you know, we've changed many people's lives over on our manifestation channel. She's so far in my business, but you wouldn't know how many people's lives that have changed. I got a call today that somebody said, thank you, Armon, for helping me do that cleanse. And we're about to go on a 200-day cleanse, and we're going to Bali next year. And y'all better not be playing no games, because I ain't trying to be in corporate John with that anyway. So, but like I said, you know, we need to start putting more content over there. Shout out to you know, and of course you have those girls that's gonna try to do the dog pal on me, whatever. I don't care. Because at the end of the day, you ain't got no haters, you ain't popping. If you ain't got people threatening you and doing all this, your words don't make sense. Ain't nobody saying, you know, because what this woman cannot say, she can lie all day, but she cannot say that I'm just over here antagonizing and attacking her. Once she's not in the news cycle no more, I don't go out of my way to bring her up. It's no shade. But the truth of the matter is, I haven't kissed the ring for none of these people. I tell it like it is. I'm performative. I'm entertaining. My people like me. I'm like a cat with 9 lives. I'm ordained for this. I'm destined to do this. So it doesn't matter what weapon, what enemy, what show, anything that comes up, it wasn't for me. It was just a learning lesson for me to learn. And one day it will happen. And I'm learning each and every day. So they can try to throw in Foxhole in my face. Everybody know Foxhole was going downhill. You can try to throw the Jason Lee. Everybody knew what that gave. You can throw in Tasha K. Everybody know what Tasha K gave. And you're telling me that you're going to have the utmost respect for a person that sits up there and records your phone calls and tries to call and get your bag stopped because you're telling the full story? Girl, please. But I'm still not going to go out of my way. I want to make that clear, to be negative or nasty, because I don't care. Because I know I've been there before in a personal battle where it was like I didn't like the energy. I'm not holding on to the negative energy. But at the same time, girl, I'm not going to spare you either. Why? But I'm not going to go into it to be negative towards you. But if something looks good, I'm be like, okay, look good. I'm not going to go out of my way to like not say anything either positive. I'm still not going to allow space for people to drag you because it's still my reputation. But I'm not going to just, if some news hit and it may not be in your favor, why would I turn away from it? I don't know you should. You see, and a prime example, if you want me to be honest, a prime example of the biasness that can incur that she has earned, to be honest, from the Breakfast Club. When she called asked Lotto, and that recording leaked of her dragging and cursing out Ice Spice and threatening to beat Ice Spice's boyfriend, having beat up. When they talked about that on the show, they glazed over that and kind of glazed over the Lotto part and then started talking about something completely else. Had that been someone else, maybe perhaps Nicki, they probably would have leaned into that a little bit more. Because that was some premier content right there. That was wild. But that's an example of the biasness. Go back and watch that. They kind of hit it, but they kind of got in and got out. You kind of got into it because you had to, but then you kind of smoothed out. It was like a minute of commentary. 60 seconds at best. They were very in and out. And it had pivoted. She earned that from them. Now me, I'm not going to pivot it. We're going to sit on it for a second. Let's talk about it. Let's go line by line. Is that wrong? You don't have my bias, girl. But it's still premium content. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? So that's how that goes. That's how that goes. That's how it goes. And they're not wrong for that. But just as though they're not wrong because she sat down and gave them an interview to kind of hit and miss the topic, I'm not wrong to give it to my audience who wants to do a deep dive on it. I don't have no relationship with you. I don't have to skip over it. That's all I'm trying to say. Does that make sense? So, anyway, and that's not to say that they're not doing their job. They are. They just have a relationship with her. So that's how they're going to report on certain things like that. And it's fair game. It's literally fair game. But let's not act like all media don't have bias. And it's just Armon Wiggins that's moving weird. Bullshit. Come on, that's part of the game. So I love you all. And I'll see you all tomorrow. All right, peace out.